Therefore, holy brothers and sisters who share in the heavenly calling, fix your thoughts on Jesus, whom we acknowledge as our apostle and high priest. That's Hebrews chapter 3, verse 1. We are continuing the series of Hebrews. This is the 5th week, and we make it today into the 3rd section. The first section was very short, just a few verses in chapter 1, and here we heard that Jesus was greater than the prophets. We then entered the second section, which starts, I think it's in verse 4 or maybe verse 5, and it goes all the way, of chapter 1, it goes all the way through the end of chapter 2. And here the focus is on the fact that Jesus is greater than the angels, who I said were viewed as being very high and lofty in their idea. Now we move forward with the idea that Jesus is greater than Moses. And this is a big deal. You might also say that the new covenant that Jesus initiates, we'll talk about this, but the new covenant is greater than the old covenant. So I'm reading again Hebrews chapter 3, starting with verse 1. Therefore, holy brothers. Now, let me just pause here for a second in this moment when much of the world is absolutely fascinated or sideways in anything that has to do with gender. So let me note, biblically speaking, sometimes the Bible, written 2,000 years ago, uses the word man to refer to just males. Sometimes it uses the word man to refer to all of humanity. There are times when it's actually very important. When we talk about Jesus being the Son of Man, and Jesus being a man, because he had an actual physical body, he was a real person, he had to be, it is important. We're talking about male. However, there are other times, and I think this is one of them, when the term, in this case brothers, refers to brothers and sisters. So some translations say that, holy brothers and sisters. Others say holy family. It is telling all of us that we are to fix our eyes, our hearts on Jesus. Now, let's not miss the other part of this. So this idea that it's holy families or holy brothers and sisters, this is the first time we have this juxtaposition of holy and whatever, families, brothers and sisters. And I think this does a remarkable job of capturing both the fact that we are holy, not because we're good, not because we live at that level. We are holy because we have been justified by Christ. When we come to faith, there is that great transaction. When God looks at me, he sees the credit of Jesus. He sees the perfection of Jesus. And Jesus has taken my sin and he has paid the penalty for it. So we are holy in this declarative sense. Also, brothers and sisters, there's a sense of being family. There's a sense of this being somewhat intimate. So, having said all that, notice the main point that is being communicated here. This is your key swing thought for the day. This is the thing you've got to lock into. Therefore, holy brothers, holy family, who share in a heavenly calling, fix your thoughts on Jesus, the apostle and high priest, whom we confess. In other words, focus on Jesus. Meditate on Jesus. Think about, ponder, reflect on the person, the work, the beauty, the humility, the power, the majesty of Jesus. This is the second command we have received in the book of Hebrews. So chapter 3, verse 1, this is the second command. The first command was basically the same thing. We were told to focus on Christ. Now we're being told again to focus on Christ. So that is the call for today, to think about Jesus, to focus on Jesus, to consider how Jesus would respond to the kinds of things that are going to come up for you today. Think about Jesus. That's the assignment. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.